Beep. Boop. Good morning, guys. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Okay, where are we at? There we go. It is 5:37 a.m. here in Northeast Florida. I'm going to be talking a little quieter than I normally do just because my daughter is asleep in the room next to me. There's probably poor planning on our part, on my part, I guess, to put my office where I often talk into a microphone for HelloGreedo and non-HelloGreedo stuff right next to my kid's room, right? Yeah, anyway. Good to see everybody. If you're new to the stream, because this is a very odd hour for most of you guys, welcome. You know, these are always super low-key. We just shoot the shit about whatever you guys want to. Duke, good to see you, man. No, do not apologize. That's ridiculous. Tuke says, hockey starts in 2 weeks for the high schooler, and the middle kid has fall baseball induced for next year's trip for a tournament in Cooperstown. Nice. No more sob story. Dude, that sounds so fun. My daughter's dance classes are always on days that I can't go, and it bums me out so much. Like, she's been in dance class for 2 months now, and because of what I'm doing, they just land on the days that I can't be there. And it's like, it's such a huge bummer to me because I want to see it. I want to participate. I want to, clap along. I want to be a part of what she's doing there. Hopefully one day I'll be able to, but it sucks. I mean, obviously, eventually I will one day. I'm sure they're all not going to fall on days that I can't, but yeah, man, enjoy it very much. Before I get back to the Tuke says, before I get back to the radio grind, just wanted to say I've been meaning to write you about the Chicago trip, but like you know all too well, time is coming short. Have a great day, all. Yeah, man. Feel free to shoot me a tweet or a DM or something like that. Again, we get to Chicago on Friday, September something, and we leave on a Monday. And we're doing wedding stuff a lot of those days, but I don't really know what. I think a couple of our buddies are putting together like kind of like a drinking tour around the city. But yeah, I really don't know. I don't know what our plans are, but yeah, man, feel free to, we can touch base. But yeah, the only time I've ever been to Chicago, I've been to Chicago 2 times. One time was for boot camp. Yes, Navy boot camp is in Chicago, north of Chicago. I think it's north. And another time just for like less than 24 hours. I flew in, my buddy picked me up from, I got a ride from the airport to my buddy's house, and just stayed there and kind of hung out for a little bit. Left early in the morning, but anyway. 4:40 a.m. That boy Steve, I just woke up, man. Some of these people are from the UK too. I need you guys to help me stay awake, or wake me up rather. This coffee and your questions are what's going to keep me awake, and my eyes not groggy. Do you ever do that thing where like you have big ambitions? I'm a really early riser, and I just enjoy making a cup of coffee and like scrolling, fucking around on my computer, maybe playing a little bit of Ultima Online, reading the news. But sometimes you just sit down and you have the world at your fingertips. You have the breadth of knowledge of humanity at your fingertips, and you just don't know what to look at. You just don't know what to do. That happens to me so often. Anyway, Arcadia, good to see you. Thank you so much for the channel support. I appreciate that. Arcadia says, got 6 shifts in a row and then 9 days off and no plans, and I can't wait for it. Any recommendations for what I should do? Ooh. Okay, so where are you at, Arcadia? I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. I'm curious like where you are at. This might dictate what you do. For me, if I had 9 days off, man, I would do a couple days of kayaking, find really unique places in Florida to go kayaking that I've never kayaked before. I might even drive north to I don't know, to do a little bit of hiking and backpacking and stuff like that. This is if I had 9 days off and like zero other obligation. Okay, so you're from the UK. Gotcha. Okay, so for me, I'm sure a lot of people are going to say, you know, sit down and finish Mass Effect or something like that. For me, if I had 9 days off, Arcadia, that's a good amount of time to go explore. You can drive far in 9 days. You can get far. I'm sure there's a lot of places around you that you've never been but have always wanted to, you know. Take that significant amount of time, and even if it's just one place that you've always wanted to go, you know, take a couple days and go there. I'm sure, you know, we all have places that we've always wanted to go, or just like curiosities that you always wanted to check out. 9 days is a solid amount of time to go explore a little bit, right? Yeah, I mean, that's what I would do, man. If I had 9 days and my obligations were like nothing. But, yeah, man, that's what I would do. You know, bring your Kindle, bring your books. Go see some sunrises in places you've never seen it before. That's what I would do. When I get on a fire department, I'll be 24 on, 48 off. And I'm either going to love that schedule or hate it. 24 hours. It might sound like it sucks, but from the ride-alongs that I've done, it doesn't suck at all. But the 48 hours is going to be like such a nice, what am I going to do with my time? It's going to be kind of crazy, man. Like those 48 hours I'm going to devote to HelloGreedo like I used to, you know. So that's when I'm in about like 8 months or so, I'm going to be able to get it back to a regular rotation, I think, of videos and streaming and stuff like that. But anyway, Arcadia, let us know what you end up doing, man. But that's what I would do. I'd get in the car, hop on a bus, and go explore a little bit for a few days. And then if you need, 4 days back at home doing nothing, you know, playing World of Warcraft, then do it. But cheers, man. I appreciate that. Let us know what you end up doing, man. Arco, thank you so much for the channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Morning, Greedo. Guess who's trying and failing to find a match in Halo Infinite multiplayer beta? This guy. What's up with you and the fam? Have you been keeping up with the Bad Batch episodes? What are your thoughts on recent episodes compared to Mando? Let me scroll up real quick because it just disappeared. I've seen a lot of people talking about the Halo. So here's my experience with Halo, man. I've only played the first ever Halo game. I've never played the single player Halo stuff. I've only played couch multiplayer, one-on-one, original Halo game from what, like 2000? Was it 2000? When did that come out? Let's see. Halo 1. 2001. Okay. So it was 2001. That's the only Halo game I've ever played. Is that not crazy? That's crazy. That's crazy. Betas are fun. I've done a lot. The things that I've done betas for the most are MMOs. I did like an Ultima Online expansion pack beta. I did a Star Wars Galaxies expansion pack beta. I did, I believe I did a Dark Age of Camelot beta disc. I got, back in the day, you had to get sent beta discs. You would literally sign up on their website, and they would send you beta discs. I did a lot. I played the Star Trek Online beta. That wasn't a disc, I don't think, but yeah. I was going to say that I should probably pick up a Halo game or something like that, but man, I got too many goddamn games to play. But we're doing good, Arco. We're doing good. We're basically all weekend we're in the pool at my wife's grandma's house. She has a pool. She goes out of town. She goes up to the Adirondack Mountains every summer for like a couple months, and we basically like babysit her house and her pool all summer. And that's basically all we've been doing. Like we've taught my daughter how to swim. She's a goddamn fish now. She's great at it. The first thing that I taught her was basically to swim to the side. Like we spent an entire day of her swimming to the side. Like I'd bring her out She wouldn't cry or fuss. She was like going along with this teaching. It was great. I would bring her like 15 feet away from the side of the pool, let go, and then she would end up figure out how to swim. Not figure out, I mean, I helped her. But now she can get to the side of the pool, which is like the most important thing for a 3-year-old, right? So like we've done that, I don't know how many hours. So now she can just swim to the side of the pool and hold on and pull herself up. Like that's the first thing that I wanted to teach her, you know, because accidents happen. And I wanted to teach her how to immediately look and get to the side of the pool. That's basically what, now she's just like swimming all around. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how quick she picked it up. But anyway. In Arco, I have only seen the very first episode of The Bad Batch. Yeah, that's the only episode that I've seen so far. It's not because I haven't wanted to. It's because I just haven't had time to. Which is, yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, I don't know why. Maybe in my brain there's like a difference between live action and animation, where like I feel a real need to watch the live action, and I feel a real want to watch the animation, but it's not like pulling me as much as the live action Mando stuff. Does that make sense? I'm sure there's a bit of that, but it's also like I just haven't had time to sit down and watch the episodes. When I do, when I eventually do, I'll probably just end up blowing through it and then making like a season 1 video, you know, what I thought of the entire season 1, rather than just doing you know, episode to episode videos. But yeah, I've heard it's good. I've heard a lot of people just going like Stuart just did. Stuart just went, it has good and meh episodes, which I think is probably true for a lot of shows, right? But yeah. But yeah, eventually I'll get around to it. Dude, I have a huge back catalog of Star Wars things that I need to watch and play. I never finished Rebels. I got Bad Batch, obviously. Resistance. The 2003 Clone Wars series, or short, or whatever you want to call it. Got a lot of stuff. But yeah. Anyway, cheers, Arco. Hope you're doing well on the other side of the globe, man. And George Heilman, thank you so much for the channel support. Good to see you, George. George says, tomorrow I'm seeing a retro screening of Jurassic Park, an original 35mm print with Jaws in 4K. Sold out session. Who needs movies, right? That is a dream. You know, there's a lot of movies that are in my top 10, and they always kind of change positions based on, I guess, what's my mood and what time of year it is, I guess, because when it's summer times, when it's July, I combined Jaws and July. When it's July 4th, Jaws is my all-time favorite movie. That's how, yeah. So like Jaws, I think more times than not, I say that Jaws is my all-time favorite movie. It's really hard to say, but that sounds like a damn dream, George. I would love to participate and see those movies in that way. We used to, maybe you've heard me talk about this before, when we lived in our old house was it was really old. It was built in the 1940s. It was in a part of downtown Jacksonville that was really, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm sure every city has like a hip part of town that has coffee shops and breweries and like cool restaurants and shit. That's where we lived. And our backyard, we got paved with bricks, and we turned it into like a really cool hangout spot with a fire pit and stuff like that. And every July 4th, we used to bring a projector in the backyard, and we installed a projector, like a pull down screen on the side of our garage in the backyard. And we would watch Jaws on the projector outside July 4th with beers. And it was awesome, man. It was awesome. We haven't done that in a couple of years because obviously we sold that house, moved into something new. maybe we'll do that again one day if we figure it out. But the last time that I watched Jurassic Park in its entirety, George, was when was this? It had to have been like 2012. That's my guess. Let's see. Jurassic Park 3D release. Nope. Let's see. 3D. They did a 3D release of Jurassic Park 2013. Okay, so 2013 is when they released Jurassic Park in 3D. And I remember going to see it the day that it opened up. Was it? Let's see. April 5th. Maybe it wasn't the day that it opened up. I gotta remember. I'm trying to remember this. Let's see. April 5th would have been a Friday. Yeah, probably the day that it opened. Yeah, had to have been. Because my wife would have worked, and at that time, I was doing freelance. Wait, April? Okay, yeah, at that time, I was still freelancing. So I went and saw this by myself, and I was like the only person in the theater at like a 10 a.m. showing on a Friday. And I watched Jurassic Park in 3D, and it was awesome. It was awesome, man. I love that damn movie. But anyway, cheers, George. Enjoy it. That boy Steve says it's 5 a.m. I'm taking a nap. Have a good day, peeps. And take a nap if your brain turns to mush. I can't, man. I got a kid. There is no napping for this man. I'm an early riser, but I'm also good at like my alarm goes off, I'm out of bed and I'm ready to go. There's not much lag time between me waking up and me doing shit, you know. But it's all good. I did see that. Did you say something about what I thought of? Yeah. Where did that go? Oh, Dat Boy Steve says, going off Arco Super Chat, what are your thoughts of Star Wars in general right now? It's my thoughts on Star Wars in general right now is kind of the same that way my thoughts of Star Wars in general have been for the past few decades. Like, you know, there's a lot of Star Wars that I like, and there's a lot of Star Wars that I don't really care for. And that's the same way it was in 1999, even before that, you know. So not much in terms of like likes and dislikes has changed, you know. There's always been Star Wars that I go, meh, whatever. I don't like that. And there's always been Star Wars that I go, oh, that's great, you know. So not much has changed in that respect. I'm not one that expects to like every single project, you know. But for the most part, I would say that there's been enough to keep my interest. I've liked more than I've disliked for the most part. For the most part. But yeah, you know. I mean, I think one of the reasons that I'm just so like whatever about things is because I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like Star Wars right now, but goddamn, there were a lot of people that didn't like it back in the early 2000s in 1999. So like, I kind of understand that I'm not gonna like everything, and I don't need to like everything. Maybe that's a good headspace to be in for some people. I don't know. Oh, you don't like the original Yoda? That's crazy, man. That's the only one that I like. That's funny. Good to see you, man. So yeah, that's really Jurassic Park. The original Jurassic Park is the only one that I think I like. The second one, Lost World, wasn't too bad. The third one, I'm not a fan whatsoever. And then the Jurassic World stuff, it hasn't really done much for me. I've seen. Let me look this up. How many are there? 2 out right now? No, you fucking idiot. There's like 6. Jurassic World 2015. How many are there? I don't know. But yeah, like, I remember seeing Jurassic World in theaters when it first came out. And you know, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, it wasn't bad, but like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes bigger and louder and crazier is not better. It's like Jaws versus fucking, I don't know, Sharknado. You know what I mean? Like, or that's a bad example, but like these big monster shark movies. Like, Jaws is timeless because of the story and the characters and the subtlety and the tension. Jurassic Park is kind of the same way, the original, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. Jurassic Park is one of those like movies that has sequels, but I kind of ignore the sequels and they don't really matter in my mind. You know what I mean? Same with Jaws. Like, I know I've seen the second one with Roy Scheider, but I don't know if I've seen any other ones, to tell you the truth. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing, but I'm sure that has something to do with it. But I mean, they're movies like Jurassic Park and like Jurassic World or Jurassic World Lost Kingdom or whatever the hell it's called. They're so different tonally. Like Jurassic Park, plus I love beginnings. I love explanations. I love like the beginning of sagas and chapters and stories and adventures. And Jurassic Park, the original, does such a good job of kind of explaining the world of this island, you know? And I love that kind of stuff. Dino DNA. But I thought it was a good setup, middle, and ending. I thought it was great. I don't know. Jaws 2 was decent. The other sequels are laugh riots with some beer. All right. I don't want... Well, then don't name it Jaws, right? Name it The Shark. I don't know. Like, I know they're just capitalizing off of a popular name. I'm sure Spielberg, did he have anything to do with any of that? Maybe his name was just on it as a producer or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. I thought about this. How old are you guys? I'm curious. Because I'm sure... Even if you're older or younger than me, there's going to be movies that fall into what I'm about to say. But I was thinking about some movies that came out for my generation. I'm 35. Some movies that came out for my generation that younger generations will never see, never hear of, never give a shit about, and just these movies will just kind of sit there forever and ever and never get seen. And I was thinking about some, like, okay, so you guys are a little younger, 19, 25, 22, 20. Okay. Yoda's 45. Okay, so you'd probably know these movies, Yoda. You might be actually a little older for these movies, but I'm sure you know they exist. Nuclear reactors, 16, 21, 22, 19. Okay, cool. So have you guys ever heard of a movie called Major Payne? I'm just curious. Major Payne. Starring Damon Wayans. Now I'm trying to think of movies that were so of my generation that came out that it's not like they're good, but they're just like a time capsule of my generation and like probably no one will ever see again in the future. I see a lot of nopes. And another one is, have you ever heard of Three Ninjas? Maybe Three Ninjas is a little, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a little more memorable or kind of in the zeitgeist, but I'm curious. Like, there's gotta. I don't know why I thought about that the other day. Like, some movies that I watched a lot of, and future generations will never give a shit about, or never even hear about. You know, and every generation has this. Okay, Three Ninjas. I'm gonna heard of it, don't know a thing about it. Hello there. Okay, so like I would say Three Ninjas and Major Payne are kind of like similar in terms of here. I'm gonna post a couple trailers. You know, if you want to watch them, go for it. But that's Major Payne trailer, Three Ninjas trailer. Three Ninjas came out in '92. Major Payne came out in '95.
Find a rental car at a great price.
Three Ninjas is about like three brothers who stumble upon like some big mob plot or something like that, and it's basically like Home Alone, but these kids are ninjas. Yeah, Colt Tum Tum, Rocky Loves Emily. Yeah, man. So. Yeah, Miyagi. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, so there's movies like that, you know. I'm trying to think of some other ones. I wanted to figure out how to make a video about these thoughts, but I couldn't really put it into words because I don't know how to explain it. You know, like there are movies that you 19-year-olds, you 20-year-olds right now watched when you were 12, you know, 8 years ago or so, that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you know, 19, 20-year-olds then will have never heard of them, you know, but they like, you grew up watching them. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think of some other ones. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Is that... I'm sure that's more, you know, not popular, but well-known than the ones that I listed. What are some other ones? Damn. Indian in the Cupboard? Let's see, Indian in the Cupboard. Anybody heard of that? George Heilman, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. George says, have you seen Surf Ninjas? The name sounds familiar. Let me see. Surf Ninjas. Maybe I've just... No, I don't think I ever have. 1993, Surf Ninjas. IMDb. Oh, it has... Wait, is that... That is Rob Schneider. No, I've never seen this. Wow, he looks so different. I guess this is 1993, almost 30 years ago. I don't think I've ever seen this. I'm pretty sure I have not. Surf Ninjas. Nope. This is another one. George. You and only a couple people will remember this. Forever and ever until the sun explodes, you and a handful of people of your generation will remember Surf Ninjas. Oh, hell yeah, Flight of the Navigator. Was silly fun. Okay. Alright. What are some other ones, man? I want to make a... Dude, this is a fun topic for a video, is it not? I'm gonna make a Twitter thread about this. And so, I don't know, I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to word it. But I think it's kind of a fun thing to talk about. I don't know how I'm gonna stretch it into a video, but like, yeah. What are some other ones? Anyway. Yeah, Flight of the Navigator for sure. I guess all the movies that I've given as example are goofy kids movies for... Oh, what about like In the Army Now? Those Pauly Shore movies like Biodome and In the Army Now. Do you remember In the Army Now? I don't know why I watched In the Army Now so much as a kid. Like, I have vivid memories. In the Army Now. I have vivid memory. It came out in 94, so I would have been 8 years old. It has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. It stars Pauly Shore and Andy Dick. I remember watching In the Army Now so much at my aunt's house in Ohio. She had a basement. When I would go up and visit her and the family and my extended family, and I remember going to rent movies, and every time I would rent In the Army Now. Beyond stupid. But I don't know why. When you're a kid, man, you want to, for whatever reason, you latch on to certain things, right? No, it's not. That one's called Jury Duty. I don't think I've ever seen Jury Duty. Golly, yeah, I see so much like 90s fashion coming back. Like my nieces and nephews have like, I see mullets coming back and big ass sweaters with crazy ass patterns on them, and like 90s fashion for whatever reason is coming back. How about let's bring back some 90s movies? That's where dude, George, that's where this video can lead. Oh, your 90s fashion is coming back? Well, here's some 90s movies you should check out, kid. Oh, I dig it. Is that the way this should go? 90s fashion is coming back. Let's bring back the 90s movies. Maybe that's the way this should go. Fanny packs. Yeah. I might have to do it that. I kind of like that idea. I don't know if it would work, but maybe that's the way I should start it. As a segue. I dig it. Anyway, that's what I'm going to work on. That's my next video. Yeah. Yeah, Ben. Like, yeah. It's kind of crazy. And these, like, giant sunglasses, too, that are, like, very reflective. They almost look like snowboarding goggles. I see a lot of kids wearing them, even in my fire class. It's just kind of funny. It's things that I grew up wearing and stuff like that are back now. I guess that's how it is with my generation, too. Like, I remember kids wearing bell bottoms in high school. This is like 2000 to 2004. That kind of stuff. I remember when like little flare in the bottom of your jeans came back. My generation collects vinyl records. And what's funny is that younger kids, like maybe like 20, 19-year-olds now, I see collecting and even making their own VHS box tapes. Like collecting tapes and stuff like that. It's just kind of interesting. But, yeah. Anyway. Big with Tom Hanks. Hell yeah, man. We got my daughter a giant, like, 8-foot floor piano. It's very loud. Yeah, Indiana, we still occasionally hook up our N64. We have two, because mine and my wife's, but like I'm super excited to have my daughter play that N64 and stuff. She is getting the hang of playing a Disney, like, what is it called? It's called like Disneyland Experience or some shit. On my Xbox, she can kind of run around. She still doesn't understand the concept of like I don't really know how to explain it. She's only 3, you know, she'll get it. But yeah, I'm excited for her to play all my game systems. PAX games, yes. I even made a. This was like a little over a week ago. Go to that link that I just posted, or just go to my Twitter and scroll back a week or so. You'll see I posted about Jinkos. That I like, dude. What the fuck? I actually, me and my good friend, we're in the fire academy together, and sometimes we're gigglers. We laugh at stupid shit. And I just randomly looked at him one day when we were in the classroom. And I was like, "Do you remember Jinko jeans?" And he just started busting out laughing. They were so goddamn stupid. Yeah. Oh man. So dumb. Jinko jeans. We watched, me and my wife watched the Woodstock 99 documentary. That's on HBO the other day. It was great. It's a good documentary. You should watch it. I remember watching the Woodstock 99 pay-per-view on and off, and I watched a lot of the footage on MTV. I was 13 years old in 1999, so like Woodstock 99, yeah, MTV, I paid attention to it a lot. But like looking back at this documentary, it was so cringy, so fucking cringy. Like the styles, the music, even like Korn and Kid Rock and Limp Bizkit, and like I don't know, man. Like Kid Rock coming out with a fur coat, such a fucking badass, man. Like these Fred Durst coming out like with some cool dude attitude, like just like looking back, my 35-year-old brain doesn't think, whoa, this guy's so cool. My 35-year-old brain looks at this like wannabe tough guy on stage and goes, you fucking loser. Like, yeah, man. That whole documentary was just me going, ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of cringe in that documentary. Mainly because I was 13 years old and I thought that shit was so cool back in the day. Yeah, people were like slipping and sliding and shit, and they thought it was mud, and they were throwing it everywhere. Yeah, it's like a 2-hour long documentary. It's worth a watch. It's crazy. But then there was a lot of good music. Dude, I'm a big fan of like 90s alternatives and stuff like that. Anything from New Radicals, Alanis Morissette. You know, I'm a big fan of that era in music, and obviously it's because I grew up then. But Smashing Pumpkins, one of my all-time favorites. But so like it was a crazy dynamic. You would have Limp Bizkit playing, and then Alanis Morissette would play before, and then like there was a bunch of different stages with a bunch of different like great artists and stuff like that, and then there's just cringe. Yoda, it's on HBO. HBO Max is the streaming service that we're subscribed to. I think they have multiple things. I don't know, man. It's on HBO. Yeah. But yeah, there you go, Benjamin. Yeah, Bush, Pearl Jam. I remember massively listening to them all when I was growing up, for sure. Yep. All right. right, guys. I was going to shoot for 30 minutes. This stream got slipped away from when we started talking about Jinko Jeans and Three Ninjas in Major Pain starring Damon Wayans. 45 minutes later, I need to go refill my coffee. But, alright, guys. This was fun, man. So, I'm going to work on that video that we kind of briefly discussed. It's going to be about 90s movies. That's going to kind of feed from 90s fashion coming back. I think it's going to be a fun video. Yeah. Oh, I listen to a lot of Dookie, Eric, for sure. That's kind of like when I started playing the guitar, too, around then. Started playing a lot of, yeah. But anyway. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody who supported the channel this early, thank you guys so much, or late, depending on where you are, or middle of the afternoon. Yeah, so I might end up streaming this afternoon. We'll see. If not, I don't know what the plan for is the rest of the day, or the weekend, or the week. But stay safe out there. Have fun. Watch some Olympics. It's great. And appreciate you guys helping me wake up this morning. All right, everybody. Let's end this thing with a song that actually just played, but I like it. I like it a lot. So, all right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.